Last week we had our supercharged Silverado in the shop and we fixed the door locks. They're working great. Problem, went to pull out, have a blinking TPMS light on. Y'all know the story. It wasn't on when I brought it in the shop. Well, no worries. Today we're going to tackle this tire trouble on Tech Garage. Welcome to Tech Garage, presented by RockAuto.com. Well, it's that classic scenario. You know what I'm talking about. The light wasn't on when it came into the shop. Well, this time it actually wasn't on when it came into the shop. When we went to leave, it is on. Which one? The TPMS light, tire pressure monitor system, and it's blinking. That usually means there's a system problem, not just a low tire, Dave. We got a TPMS light on, brother.
Well, could it be because you don't have TPMS sensors? And this is aftermarket rims here, so may not have them.
Good thinking. Yeah, the Schrader valve's located right here, and there is no sensor there.
Okay.
You're right.
All right.
But 180 degrees down there, they actually give you a hole in the back there that goes on the rim. There's a TPMS sensor there, and I know that because back in 2015, we put TPMS on this whole truck, and it works fine.
Well, it worked fine, but that was 2015. So, yeah. Right. There's no extension cord running those. Those are on battery, so they could be dead. So we need to see if everything's talking, if they're all still working.
That's the thing to do. I see you're already ahead of me. You got the actual tool there from Continental. You can go ahead and scan it and find out what's going on. I got a guest here from Continental that knows all about TPMS. We'll get set up. You get to work.
All right, here we go. This scanner is great because if you don't know if a vehicle has TPMS in the first place, it will tell you. And once you've established that, then it's going to tell you whether it's communicating. So we'll just hit OK here, and we'll scan. I'll get to do the right front there. OK, and then we scan to see. And, oh, yep, sure enough, it is talking there. So it's telling me the PSI and everything is communicating. So we know it's working. I'm going to check the other 3 tires. In the meantime, John, tell them all about TPMS, brother.
That's right, Dave. We're going to talk tire pressure monitor systems. And I brought in an expert. This is Sean Lanou from Continental Aftermarket. Sean, you're all about tire pressure monitor systems.
Yep, live and breathe TPMS.
Let's talk about a couple of the facts that go on. First of all, that blinking light versus a solid steady light.
Yep, blinking light means something's wrong with the system. And it usually means there's a sensor bad. The solid light means 1 or more tires is dangerously low and we need to get air in that tire.
Or even just low. When it comes to a low tire light, we're talking about gas mileage. Affects that as well?
Yeah, you lose about 3% with a extremely low tire.
Yeah, and with gas prices today, you want to keep it up there, absolutely. Also temperature. It seems like every time we have a cold snap, it's Florida. There's not many of those, but if it drops 10, 20 degrees, bam, here comes the TPMS light. What's going on?
Yep, phone calls ring into those service shops all the time. 1 PSI for every 10 degrees of temperature drop.
Makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a couple of the systems, Sean. If I flip over here, you can actually see. I know there's the indirect system. Now that uses the ABS. You can see it right there, the wheel speeds, and it looks at all those different wheel speeds. You can see the right rear is actually going slower there, but what would happen is it would speed up. What's going on is it starts to get smaller, the tire air goes out, and it speeds up. The ABS can detect that, and it can actually use that. But most of the cars are direct systems, right, Sean? How does that work?
Yep, direct systems have sensors inside the tires. It mounted to the wheel, and they measure the pressure and temperature inside the tire.
So right here on the rims, located somewhere, you can have a banded one or you can have one like this. It's sitting inside of there. It's actually measuring the pressure and the temperature of what's going on.
Yes.
Now, tell us about the different types of sensors.
Yeah, you got clamp-in style, and you've got a snap-in style, which is a rubber stem.
They're all a little bit different. Now, how can I tell, or can I tell, if I have a TPMS sensor?
It's hard to tell. It's easier to tell when you have the clamp-in style, but with the rubber stem, there's so many different rubber stems out there, it's hard to tell. The best way is with a TPMS tool.
Yeah, and you could have a banded sensor as well. Do you have any tips with that? I know a lot of people break these when they put the wheels on and off.
Those are supposed to be mounted at 180 degrees from the valve stem, but this is just a hose clamp. As time goes on and temperature increases, this thing stretches, which can allow that to slip. So we need to test with a tool and make sure we know where that is.
Exactly, supposed to, the key word.
Right.
Yeah, just be careful when you're taking them on and off. The sensors themselves, now they're delicate, they're electronic instruments. We want some tools to put them in and use the right tools and torque specifications.
Follow the torque specs. Most of them have it either printed on the sensor or in the box on the box.
Absolutely. Well, when it comes to sensors, I mean, so many different types of configurations, you need a scan tool.
Yep, we need a scan tool to make sure we test those sensors in the right.
Well, with the scan tool.
That's exactly what we did here. Found out that one of the sensors isn't working. So you said these things are, what, 6 or 7 years old? We might as well just replace them all while we're at it and get the job done right.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't like that we word, though. This is tires and heavy, dirty work. Why don't we get Josh to do it?
That is a brilliant idea, my friend.
I'll tell
Work
you what.
smarter, not harder. Let Josh do it.
There you go. Josh will get them all taken care of. You take a small break, but come back because we got more Tech Garage presented by RockAuto.com right after Josh gets all his work done.